Kennedy Library. We want to welcome you to our Wild and Wacky Imagine Your Story Science Time. And today we're going to talk about the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. Little boy named Jack, and he's living with his mom, and they don't have a whole lot of money, so his mom asked Jack to take their cow to town to sell it to get some money. Well, on the way to town, Jack is interrupted by somebody, and he talks Jack into selling the cow to him for some magic beans. And we have some beans right here. First, we're going to see if our beans that we have here are magical. And what you need to test this is some lemon lime soda and some glass cups or a glass vase like I have here, and some dry beans that we have from the store. So these are lima beans, and then I have some pinto beans. So first what we're going to do is open up our soda here, and we're going to pour right in here. I'm going to fill it up, and then we'll pour it over here too. Pour some more over here. Just enough so we can see if these beans are magical. It doesn't matter how much you put in it. So we're going to drop in some lima beans right over in this one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in this one, I have some pinto beans, and we're going to drop in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. And what's going on is in the soda pop here, there's carbon dioxide, and what's happening is there's bubbles that are going up. And if your beans are magical, like these are, they will dance around up and down. Did you see that? Dance up and down? There goes this one right over here. Our beans are magical. Isn't that great? So you have to see if you have some magical beans at home. So in the story, he gets the magic beans. He runs home, tells his mom, he's really excited. Hey, Mom, we got these magic beans. She's really upset with him, so she ends up tossing them right out the window. And in the middle of the night, while Jack is sleeping, the vine, this beanstalk, shoots from the ground. And so for the science of that, I thought we would grow a vine. So what you'll need for this beanstalk is some newspaper, and you'll tape about 8 or 10 pages together with some tape side by side. And after you do that, you should get like a roll like this after you roll it up. So you have it taped together, and then you roll it up, and then this is going to be your beanstalk. So here we go, and then we're going to stick some, after you roll it up, and then you should have a stalk like this, and you're going to use some scissors with some adult help if you're a little younger. Don't use scissors without asking your parents. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut some slits down here, about 6 or 7 or so. Make sure that it doesn't get away from you. Well, you're going to use some scissors, pretty thick scissors, and you're going to cut about 6 to 8 slits down the middle, making sure that you got all the pages together. And it doesn't have to be gorgeous. You might chop up some of it, but it doesn't have to be beautiful. But you just keep making some slits down like that, and you should have something that looks kind of like that. And then what you do is you will find kind of the middle, right in the middle, and then you're going to just pull gently up, and you should have a really tall beanstalk. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? After his mom tossed out the beans out the window and he slept, and he woke up to a huge beanstalk outside his home. And he's thinking, man, wonder what's up there. So curiously, he starts to climb. But he realizes that it takes a lot of effort to really climb up this vine, and he doesn't have enough strength. So we thought we would do a cool trick, about shooting Jack up the vine. And in this, you will need some lemon lime soda, similar to Mountain Dew, but it could be anything that's lemon lime, or actually any kind of pop. We went with diet because it's not so sticky. You could almost use any, but we went with the green colored because it's Jack and the Beanstalk, so we wanted to go something that looked like a beanstalk. And then what else you'll need is some Mentos, and you can use any kind of tube. Here we're using a test tube here to hold all of the Mentos in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to quickly pour those in to the pop here, and then what's going to happen is a chemical reaction where it's going to blast Jack up the beanstalk. So what we're going to do is we're going to count to 3, and then I'm going to pour these Mentos right in here, and then I'm going to run away because it should blast off. All right, my friends, are we ready? 1, 2, and 3. And he's up at the vine, and Jack sees that this giant that lives up in the vine has a magical harp. And so the magical harp sings, and I found this cool trick with singing strings. And what you need is something metal. We have some string here and a metal spoon, or if you maybe have a cooling rack that you have at home, or a metal hanger, something like that. This is all metal and some string, and that's all you need. The thing with this is going to show how sound vibrates up, and there's sound waves. And what you have is you just tie a string to either a metal spoon, or like I said, a cooling rack, a metal hanger. And what you do is you wrap around the string right here around your fingers, and then you're going to put it up to your ears like this. And then you knock it against something. When you just knock it again, it doesn't sound really neat at all, but the great cool thing about this is what it's doing is the sound waves are traveling up the strings, and when you put it near your ears, when you hit something, you hear these cool sounds like bells, and it's really neat. You'll have to try it. So you can try different things. So I have this spoon here, and then I have this metal cooling rack here. Same thing. Take some string, tie it against it, wrap around your fingers here, hold it near your ears, and then bang it against the table or a chair, and it gives you different sounds. This one's very low, and I have this too. This is just part of the cooling rack that I tied string around. And when you hit it, it doesn't really sound that great, but when you pull it up to your ears, you wrap it around your finger, put it up to your ears like this, and then tap it, and it has this really cool sound. So that is our science experiment for the singing harp. So in the story, after Jack has went up the vine and he met the giant, he happens to come across a special goose. And in the story, this goose lays golden eggs. And here I have for you some golden eggs. And these are just regular eggs that I had kind of painted paint to make it glittery and golden for the story. This is a way that in the story, well, Jack comes down the vine, and then he's got to chop it down, and he's got to save the characters, the goose that lays the golden egg, the singing harp, and he wants to save those characters in the story. So here we're going to do a science project, or science about chopping down the vine, and this is called the egg drop. And so what you'll need is a vase or a cup full of water. You'll need an aluminum pie pan and a toilet paper tube, and you'll put that right up there. And you'll want to make sure that it's kind of in the middle of the glass here. And on this one, this is going to be the science of inertia, which inertia is the science where when something moves, it holds there just for a second. So as we chop down, as we're pretending to chop down the vine, what's going to happen is this egg is going to, for a split second, hold up in the air, and when we move it, it should drop, and we should save it right in this glass down here. So we're going to see if we can do this. So this is a glass full of water, aluminum pie pan, toilet paper roll, and an egg. And again, ask your parents to grab the eggs out of the fridge before you do this. So Jack's going to chop down the beanstalk, and we're going to save the golden goose egg. Are you ready? It's gonna go 1, 2, and 3. And there we go, boys and girls, and everybody, we have saved the golden goose egg. So what I have for you is we are going to have these cool science kits that you can come to the library and you can call us. You can call Kennedy Library, or you can call Marion Hunt Library, and you can say, hey, I want to pick up one of those cool science kits that we have. And here I have, this is called a sprout house. So in that kit you have everything for the sprout house. And what happens is you put beans in here and you put a little water, and after so many days they start to sprout. And you may not be able to see it right here, but it has sprouted. Thanks so much, my friends, for joining us for the Wild and Wacky Science Imagine Your Story version with Jack and the Beanstalk. Again, our summer reading has started July 6th to the end of the month, July 31st. So get registered either through our munciepubliclibrary.org website or by downloading the app Read Squared and selecting Muncie Public Library through that. It's good for all ages, birth all the way up to adults, so check it out. Thanks so much, my friends.